Remember when putting a massive DSLR sensor inside a traditional video camera body felt like a total revolution in filmmaking? That is exactly the kind of hybrid DNA living inside this rig. Sony built something here that bridges the gap between traditional camcorder ergonomics and the shallow depth of field you usually only get from cinematic photo shooters. It features a 16.1 megapixel Exmor APS-C CMOS sensor sitting right behind an interchangeable lens mount. Honestly, pairing that large sensor with a real video body changes how footage feels right out of the box, giving shots that soft, blurry background separation that instantly makes home movies look like indie cinema. Now, out of the box, it usually ships bundled with a massive 18 to 200 mm zoom lens equipped with optical steady-shot stabilization. That focal range covers pretty much everything from wide landscape, establishing shots all the way to tight close-ups without ever needing to swap glass. But here is the real kicker that makes this setup unique. The lens features a direct power zoom with variable speed control. Instead of awkwardly twisting a manual ring and introducing camera shake, a smooth rocker switch on the body lets creep into a slow, professional zoom or snap across the focal range instantly. It feels surprisingly natural in the hand, especially when mounted on a tripod or resting on a shoulder rig, though you definitely notice the weight after holding it out in front of you for more than a few minutes straight. Shooting with it feels like operating a proper broadcast tool rather than a pocket toy. There is a sharp 3-inch display for framing up shots, and the overall layout gives fingers plenty of physical controls to grab onto instead of forcing everything into endless touchscreen menus. Video records cleanly in standard AVCHD, MPEG-4, and H.264 formats, hitting crisp high definition at 10.80 resolution. Audio handling is surprisingly robust too, capturing clean tracks that support AAC and MP3 standards, which cuts down the headache of syncing external sound for casual shoots. Storing all that footage is flexible, taking standard SD cards or Sony's proprietary memory sticks without a fuss, and kicking the signal over to a monitor or TV is as simple as plugging into the HDMI port. Of course, no piece of gear is entirely flawless. What stands out as a slight annoyance is the sheer bulk of the included lens combined with the body. It is not something you are going to slip into a jacket pocket or casually pack for a weekend hike. It demands a proper bag and a bit of commitment. Plus, leaning heavily into older legacy codecs means it requires a slightly different workflow compared to modern ultra-compressed formats. But look past the heft, and it offers a level of physical control and cinematic warmth that smaller mirrorless cameras just struggle to replicate ergonomically. If someone wants steady, controlled zooms and genuine big sensor depth without juggling external follow-focus gears and matte boxes, this heavy-duty camcorder still holds its ground surprisingly well.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.